Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the... No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I was trying really hard, too. I was like... I looked over like... No, I'm not going to start like that. I don't know. What's a vibe?
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome. Hey.
Welcome.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us on this beautiful, beautiful morning.
Yeah, morning of the month of a day.
We may be a little late putting this out because we usually put it at the same time and day, but you know, it's whatever. We had a 3-day weekend, so we got to
we're trying to see which days are best to post.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I had something locked and loaded. I had something locked and loaded.
Because I thought you had something to say, so I was like, yeah, welcome back.
I did. I had something locked and loaded in the chamber, but I can't remember.
Something about sniffing? Or like...
Oh, you want to start with the sniffs?
No, let's start with the Olympians.
We'll start with... The Olympians is something I want to talk about because of something that happened with this guy, Ramon Dino.
Ramon Dino.
Yeah.
Is that the forearm guy?
Yeah, it's the forearm guy.
I already forgot his name.
Yeah, Mr. Dino.
For everyone who's watching, if you don't know, we're talking about Mr. Olympia, the dudes that are like...
Was ist das? So muscle. Yeah. Yeah, but the Mr. Olympia happened this past weekend. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even know that it was happening. Like, I knew it was going to be within the next week or so. But I was on TikTok, and then all of a sudden this guy was TikTok live streaming what it was. Ooh. And he was like, oh my gosh, like, Chris Bumstead is up next. Everyone stay tuned. Thanks for the galaxy. And I was like, okay, cool. So I watched it. He wasn't up next, so I skipped it. And then I YouTubed it, and he was actually up. And if anyone, for people who know me. This guy's a liar. For people who know me, I love C-Bum. Chris Bumstead.
Here we go.
He's my guy.
Stop talking about him.
He just looks good. He feels good. You know?
Oh my god. That stash, dude, is something else.
Right?
I will admit the stash is
stash
legit.
and beard both.
Yeah.
And body and face. The guy
and just everything.
The guy is just cool. Everything down to his lisp. If you guys don't know who Chris Bumstead is, I would highly recommend going to look
Google
him up. But I was super curious because he's been like on the rocks of like, oh, should I retire? Should I not retire from bodybuilding? Because he just started a family. Also got a hair transplant. Didn't even notice.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
From Turkey.
Yeah,
he got a hair transplant. But the person I want to talk about, the reason why I bring up Chris Bumstead is because he's like the face of like classic bodybuilding. Mm-hmm. And you have to be like a certain weight class for that, and like there's certain stipulations for it. One of the people is Ramon, and Ramon is known for having
fat ass
juicy forearms, guy.
Fat fucking forearms, dude.
Like forearms. I was gonna say of a whale. Does that make sense?
Of a whale?
Yeah,
whales usually
of
have
a whale.
flippers.
Yeah,
I think
that's true. Forearms of a bear.
Of a gorilla?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Why'd you hesitate?
Anyways, Ramon Dino.
Yeah, forearms like a gorilla. That's a really good one. He has thick forearms, and he was competing. He was projected to be like top 3 people. Okay. It's him, this German guy that I can never remember his name, and Chris Bumstead. They've been like top 3 for the past like 3 years.
At it, you know?
Yeah, they've just been going at it all over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, flexing, yeah. But while he was on stage, Ramon, he was sweating, and his fake tan sweated off of him, and it cost him the game.
Did it really?
Yeah, cost him money.
Oh,
imagine, because I'm a sweaty boy. I'm sweating right now. Mm-hmm. Imagine sweating where it costs you money. Dude, I would have been upset.
That's insane. So, like, it just started dripping off. And did anybody say anything? Everybody was like, oh, my God, look.
While he was on there, he, like, wiped off his chest, and he was, like, kept going. And the person that was next to him, he was like, yo, go like this. Because he wiped his face, and it just came off. He was like, yo, wipe your chest. He wiped his chest, all came off.
Did he notice?
Hell yeah, he noticed.
What did he do? He
just kept posing. Yeah, he just kept posing.
No.
They just kept posing.
Mock face.
But he did a back pose, and it like ruined like his striations and stuff because all you could see were the streaks.
No.
Yeah, it cost him. He didn't even place. He wasn't on the podium.
Going off of that though, I feel like, obviously the tan makes it look more defined and all this and that. But
yeah.
Why would that cost you the game?
Also,
'cause the physique is still there.
Like, I get tan bodies are sexy. I get it. There are people. I'm white. There are people very white that get very dark tans.
Yes, they do. Sebum is
And
one
it's
of them.
starting to remind me of a certain Robert Downey Jr. movie. I don't understand
Get
why
some
we gotta
crawfish,
go. Why?
Hey, yeah.
Why do we gotta go so dark on the tan, dude? Just be a nice golden brown. Just be a nice golden.
If I'm being 100%, 1,000,000% honest.
Right now, if me and you got tans, you would be damn near black.
Yeah.
And I would look more like
I'd
you.
be pretty crispy. I'd be pushing well done.
Yeah.
I think if I'm being honest, the golden brown in like big bodybuilders does give a little more like definition to some of the like muscles.
Yeah.
But like I've seen some of those, like you were saying, like I've seen some of those guys like get super, super dark on the tan. They're like, you're like all over them. It's like, bro, that's like kind of defeating the purpose because, it's a show. It's for entertainment. It's to show yourself off.
Yeah.
Like a beauty pageant, basically. But
I would say so.
it's not. But for me, that tan should not ruin your stats. That should not ruin your stuff.
Unfortunate.
Because
I think he just got too overzealous in the back, and he was like actually working out. That's what I think happened. Because I saw like a picture of him like doing like pull-ups and stuff, and it's like they're supposed to go like 30% just to get a pump in the muscles and the calming of the pump. The But that's what you're supposed to do. But I think that he maybe just did it too much, or he was just too excited or something. And
maybe that, or he was nervous. Maybe
yeah, but
like, oh fuck, dude, I gotta get it, dude.
This isn't his first time competing, though.
Yeah, but competing against C-Bomb.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I would be sweating.
Something else.
I'd be sweating in something else too.
Yeah,
rock hard. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that shouldn't take points off. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm obviously not a bodybuilding expert,
dude.
But like, it's just it's a faked hand. It's there fakely. So that's like.
But it took away from the aesthetic because bodybuilding is like a beauty pageant. A beauty pageant. A beauty, is it pageant? Pageant. God. Beauty pageant.
Stroke over there.
Beauty pageant.
Yes.
They only care about what's on the stage right now. So if it's raining outside and it made your mascara run, they're going to judge you on right now, not what your potential is.
Well, and that's what I was going to say too, is like, so you're telling me if like, in a beauty pageant, a girl's makeup wipes off, you're telling me she gets points off for that because she's missing her makeup?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
I don't know. I'm not like
but it's not like.
I'm not a beauty pageant expert, but I do know that if she was like, oh man, and her eyelash was now hanging, points off. For sure. Because you got to judge about what's in front of you.
That is true. You're right. Hey, when you're right, you're right.
Hey. It is unfortunate though. He cost him some points.
Dang, I kind of want to see a picture of it. Show me later.
I'll show you. We'll put on a clip.
Yeah.
And then the German guy, I thought he was going to do really good. He got third place. And then there was like this sneaky little like short
the forearm
bastard.
Dude.
No.
Oh.
There's a sneaky little short bastard that kind of just snuck his way into second place.
Who is this
And people
guy?
were like, "Oh my god, no, is he gonna beat C-Bum?" Wasn't even close, dude. It literally C-Bum. Like, I don't know what that guy is, putting in his body, but I want some of those steroids,
right?
Like holy, that guy's everything about him is just.
It's his oath,
dude. He is so cool.
No.
I think that's like the translation
cool.
between a guy crush is like he's so cool, I want to be him so bad. Oh. God.
He's all right. I remember watching a video when he first started up. I saw some video of him making like his meal prep or whatever, and I was like, oh, bodybuilding. And like I've told you before, I'm OG Olympia. So
Yeah,
Ronnie
Ronnie.
Coleman's my dude. Arnold.
Arnold.
You did bump. Yeah, Louis Ferrigno. You know that one Italian dude. I forget his name, but it does. You know, anyways.
Yeah, that one guy
That
and the
one
other
guy,
guy.
and
I'm
that's-
so OG because I know like that guy, the one that went against Arnold and
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah, exactly. But I like those guys, you know, more, a little bit different, you know, because they seem like OGs to me. But after like Ronnie Coleman, I didn't really like watch that stuff anymore. I was just like, whatever. And then I saw this guy, Chris Bumstead, pop off.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
pop up out of nowhere. And I was like, well, I used to watch it, so maybe he's the new Ronnie. Clicked on him, and I'm watching him just like, this guy's kind of like
Well, you're
awkward.
comparing the different categories. Ronnie was
Yeah.
open, and Sebum's classic. There's a huge difference in that.
See, I didn't even get that much into it.
Oh, yeah.
I just see big muscly dudes, and they look cool.
Yeah, the big muscly guys now are all in the open category, and there's different weight categories for open too. I'm pretty sure. Wait the
So classic
but yeah.
is more defined, right?
Classic is like, I don't know, it changes with like each era, but like the Sebum era right now is like,
So the Sebum era is based off of that classic era is based off of him.
well, he's the face of classic. He's a 6-time. Oh, for you guys that don't know, he's a 6-time returning champion as of 2024. But like he is what a classic bodybuilder should look like. So if anyone wants to beat him, they have to look like him and then better. And that's how that's how it's always been.
So it usually just builds around the dude.
If you look at pictures of Arnold and Sebum, Arnold was huge, big chest, big arms, big calves, hamstrings, quads, and glutes not existent.
I mean,
not
compared to
existent.
Sebum, yeah.
And not as he doesn't have as much striations in his
Yeah.
you know, compared to Sebum. But at the time, Arnold was the guy, you know. So like from era to era, it like switches.
Well, and I will say this too: Arnold not only like was pretty built, he was very proportionate. So I think that gave him a lot of points. And on top of that, he was a good-looking guy.
It was
So everybody was like,
yeah,
you
and
know,
then
they were
he would
probably
open
gonna-
his stupid mouth and his silent goes.
I go to the gym and I come.
I'm just pumping weights and coming. It's great.
That Louis Ferrigno, happy weightlifting.
What does he say? I smoke my stogies wherever I want.
The Stogies, yeah.
Speaking of giants and huge people in the business, I wanted to bring up Marshall Mathers,
Marshall Mathers.
Yeah.
Is that another Olympian?
Eminem. What?
Marshall Mathers? I knew that.
Are you serious?
I knew that. Continue. Before anybody knows.
I can't even focus.
I knew him like Eminem for so long.
Yeah, Slim Shady. There you go.
Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
The one in the realist.
I know him by his nicknames.
Of course. He is getting up there in age, as you know.
Yeah.
And
getting old.
his daughter, which I won't say anything about because, you know, he's destroyed people with names. So with people without names,
Yeah.
I'm not even going to.
It's yeah, we'll tiptoe lightly.
She's a.
I love you, Eminem.
Yeah. She's
Please don't hurt me.
a good-looking individual. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
that's
She's
good.
pleasant to the eye. I'm not saying that she's attractive. I'm not saying she's not attractive either. She's pleasant to look at,
He's
though.
watching. He's watching.
But she announced that he was going to become a grandfather.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Papa Eminem. Can you believe that? Papa Mathers. Papa Mathers. Isn't that insane?
What do you think his name is gonna be? You know,
His new tagline.
well, like grandpas. You know how like the kid comes out and they always like they pick a name for the grandparents. Like
Oh
Peepaw or
yeah.
Gammy or like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Gammy not for a man.
Well,
though.
yeah, no, like
Yeah.
Gammy for grandma.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
Peepaw for grandpa.
Yeah, abuelo and abuela.
Yeah.
You know,
abuelo,
yeah.
abuela.
It's,
you know.
it's the same thing for yeah.
So, what do you think his grandpa name is going to be?
I I'm trying to think. It needs to be something like witty.
I will tell you before we get into that. I'm going to tell you what I would want his grandpa name to be.
Okay.
And then what I think it'd actually be.
Okay.
So I'm going to spit out. I'm going to say Papa Shady. I like that.
Papa Shady. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Grandpa Slim.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
So I like those. What do you think?
I was going a different route.
Okay.
I wasn't going with his current names. I was trying to make up like another thing because like his names are like, Marshall Mathers, M.M., Eminem, Slim, Shady, Double Leads. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking of like something to do with senile,
He's gonna get you.
Something like, because he's older, but like if let's say my grandfather is Slim Shady, okay? And man, I'm just trying to think of what his daughter would ever call him. So like the reason why I have names in my family is because people would call my mom names, and my mom was like, "Oh, I'm gonna come back at you. This is what my kids are gonna call you."
Okay.
So like with my grandma on my mom's side, my mom's mom, she would always call my mom Bran Muffin.
Bran Muffin.
Yeah, and she's like, "Yo, I don't want to be a muffin."
Did you call your mom Bran Muffin?
No, I didn't know this until I was older.
Oh, okay.
But because she would always call her that growing up, I would never say, Gamma or, whatever, Gigi or whatever. Gigi's like for great grandma, right? That's what I call my great grandma. But I never called her anything. I called her Graham Cracker. And I don't know.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. She's cracker, and she is white, so she's
So
appropriate.
it's
She's
okay.
appropriate for the cracker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think you would name Grandpa Shady?
I don't know though. Like that's so hard. Like something to do with sweets.
Sweets.
Sweets. Something sweet. He's a sweet guy. He's sweet. He's cute. He's sweet.
Okay.
Well,
I will say like if I know like Eminem and his daughter, and now is it grandson?
I think it's a girl. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember.
I think he is going to be bestowed the name of Papa.
Papa.
That's what I'm going with.
You're going, okay.
I'm going to put money on that.
That's just so white. And like he's white, but he's like, he's Detroit white,
Exactly, but you
he's like not fully white there.
You gotta look at the generations. The grandchild grew up in a way different situation than he did. You think he's gonna tell his grandkid, "No, you can't call me you can't call me Papa. You fucking piece of shit."
First off, you can't call me.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of generational, I don't think that kids nowadays call their grandparents cute stuff. Like they call them by their first name. I feel like kids are weird this generation.
Ugh. I haven't noticed that.
I've noticed.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
I don't know. Well, I know like with my grandparents, I just like knew their name, not the real name, the name that we got them. Like Welo. Like I just like I was born knowing that was their name or something like that. I never remember how we actually started calling them that.
Yeah.
Same thing with like my mom and her parents. I just like knew their names. Like I called my grandpa's Papa. I just like, that's his name. That's it. There's no other name besides that.
Yeah, I guess my dad wasn't very creative. I just call his parents Hauser, Grandma and Grandpa Hauser. That's it. That's what I call them. I don't know. I call my aunt like she has a cutesy name, but
cutesy.
Yeah, but I don't know. I this Eminem thing. I've been trying to think of it the whole time. I don't know what's a good name for him. He needs like a legendary type of name, like grandfather. Grandfather.
But do you think the grandkid is gonna make up a legendary name?
I think for sure, especially once he gets to middle school, high school, he has to.
Well, and it's a bloodline too. Like, that's a legendary bloodline. So,
you think he's gonna get into like the business too? If it's a he or a she, you think they're gonna get into the hip hop business? Because I thought that Eminem's daughter like kind of rapped here and there. There was like some allegations.
I don't know. I don't think they are because they're gonna look at like whatever the mom did. So I don't think I think they're gonna follow, if anything, in the mom's footsteps, not the grandfather's footsteps. He's like he's like the one who built the house and everybody just lives in it,
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. For me, I would follow in whoever's footsteps is the biggest.
Yeah.
So like if my grandfather was super famous, I don't care what my parents are doing. I want to do whatever he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if anything, he would tell like cool stories. He'd be like, "Yeah, I hung out with Dr. Dre,
P Diddy."
I could tell.
He hated P Diddy. Yeah,
I got to hang out with all these cool people, and I became super famous. It's like, wow, Grandpa, you're so cool. And he's just sitting there like, yeah. Anyway, so
with a glass of water because he's sober now.
Yeah, and he's like, anyways, you ready for the park? I feel like he's gonna become like subtle, like one of those grandpas or grandmas that have like the craziest stories. Like, Grandpa fought in Vietnam and has a Medal of Honor, but it's like, yeah, it's something simple.
Yeah, I only killed 18 people. It
Yeah.
wasn't like that much.
I feel like he's gonna
capita.
be that grandpa. He's gonna be like, yeah, like I was pretty much a billionaire by this year, but it was nothing crazy. I spent all of it. So, lesson learned: don't spend all your money. And the kid's sitting there like, what?
Dude, imagine like the gifts that kid is gonna have.
Oh yeah,
The freshest clothes.
Oh yes, dude.
The coolest play sets.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I can't believe it. I knew he was old.
How
I can't
old
believe
is
he's
he?
that old. He's in his 50s.
50s. Yeah, he's pushing.
He's like
it, man.
pushing 57, I want to say.
Dude.
Yeah. And he just dropped an album. So good on him.
Bro, he is the one that does not die, man. That's how legendary he is, man.
It's true. He is, yeah. Speaking of legendary, he had a lot of like conspiracy theories thrown at him. Have you heard
Really?
those conspiracy theories?
No.
There's people saying like, oh man, like I wonder like if this is like the real, Eminem because he looks different. If you look at a side by side, they don't look the same.
Well, he got older.
Yeah.
So of course he's not gonna look the same.
But he also doesn't sound the same. Also got older,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just wondering. I was wondering what your thoughts were. But if you never heard of him,
Are you talking about like from what time to what time? Like when
It was like when he first came out to Recovery. Mm-hmm. And then Recovery to now.
Really, he looked different after Recovery.
Yeah,
that
I
is
know.
so strange.
And sounded different. Yeah.
Oh, that
Crazy.
is so strange.
Crazy.
He must be a completely different person.
I know. Yeah, it's like he went through a disease. Yeah, crazy.
It's like he he just got better or something. I don't know. That's so strange. That would never happen. It's gotta be
now
two
that you're
different
saying
people.
that, it makes more sense. Because I was always
That
like, no,
literally
people, I was
lines
like,
up.
people are tripping. But like, if you look at a homeless guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gets better and like fills out, looks and sounds different.
Of course he's gonna look different.
Yeah, that's
Have you
true.
seen Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle
Yeah.
was like super skinny, wore baggy clothes, and he's like actually kind of ripped now.
Yeah.
Shout out Dave Chappelle.
He also got bigger and then got ripped. So
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like he, of course he's gonna look different and his voice got like a little deeper too.
waiting for that to hit me.
Right.
I want my
Waiting for them to drop.
Whenever that voice deeper hits, I'm ready.
But of course he's gonna look different because like all the celebrities that were doing like a bunch of drugs or just anybody who's doing a bunch of drugs and a bunch of shit, and then they go through recovery and then they get better, they're gonna fill out more, they're gonna work out more. And I have noticed that he has looked different. Like with Eminem, he got like a little bit bigger, like he started working out too. And so, yeah, I mean, he's going to look different. He's going to sound different because he is not doing the same shit he was doing, in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I don't know. He for sure not doing the same shit he was doing
Yeah.
back then. But he also like disappeared and then all of a sudden came out when Trump was trying to run for president.
That is
out of
true.
nowhere.
That is very true.
Yeah,
Like,
it's an
I
awfully
totally
hot
forgot
coffee pot.
that is very true. He came out of nowhere with that. I forget the album name, but like people were like, "Whoa!"
Like
this-
kamikaze or something
like that. Yeah, it was pretty fire.
Yeah.
I liked it, and
People were like, "Oh man, he's washed. He sounds different. He looks different. Conspiracy, conspiracy, conspiracy."
right.
He's been gone for so long. I wonder why. He's dead. Conspiracy. They were saying that he was like a clone. Yeah.
No, he just got better and then
Yeah.
started.
He went through recovery.
He was like, you know what? Let me get back into the game, and he got back in the game, and he looked great. And before he
Sounds
dropped
great,
that album, he dropped Kill Shot. I
Yeah.
think he dropped that Kill Shot before.
Yo,
and I think
speak
that's
of
what got him
which-
in the game.
Yeah. Speak of which, that whole thing that happened. I don't know if we've ever talked about it on here. Are we good on the thingy? We're still recording on this thingy?
I don't know. It usually cuts out randomly. Do you want to just call it? Do you wanna
No, it
just,
looks like it's still. Is it still counting down? You don't have your contacts in, do you?
I do.
Oh.
I have to.
Oh.
I cannot see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're counting down.
Okay. Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, when that whole thing came down, I don't know if we were talking about it like on here, if we were just talking about it at work. I found out that all of that was going down on a bus ride on a football trip to another school. And so I was sitting down and I like heard it the night before. And I was like, oh my God, why would this guy go after Eminem? This is insane.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me about this at work.
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe that this goon would go after the king, you know?
Yeah.
And so
Not
I'm
a
on the
great
bus.
idea.
I'm all hyped up. Fuck the game. I'm hyped up about this stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm alive for this point, you know?
Yeah,
Everything
dude.
else that's been cool has been before us.
Dude.
I'm alive now.
Dude, it was like an earthquake that happened, like a 8.0 magnitude earthquake, and
Yeah.
we can still feel the aftershocks.
Yeah. I was so excited to be now a part of the history, you know?
Right?
And I was like, wow, this is real time. I can't wait. And then I like was looking, I was Googling, I was, Twittering, all this stuff. And I was like, oh, it's supposed to drop today on the bus ride. So we were on YouTube, refresh.
Of course, dude.
It dropped. And boy, do I tell you. I was almost in tears. I was like, yo! Like, it was insane.
It was insane, dude. And I remember it was kind of the same situation. I don't remember being on like a bus ride or anything, but I was at school and they were like, dude, did you hear this guy Machine Gun Kelly? And I was like, who's that? And they were like, he dropped a diss track called Rap Devil. And I checked it out and I was like, damn, this is not a good idea.
Yeah.
I feel like, I could feel the rumble every time he said something. It was like, I could feel the beast awakening. You know, he's coming out of his slumber.
Yeah.
And then like a little bit later, my friends told me, he was like, bro, Eminem responded. He dropped Kill Shot. Go check it out.
Yeah, dude.
I checked that out and I was never the same again.
Insane.
I was never the same. I feel like
I still listen to that. I'll throw that on when I'm feeling mean. You know, when I'm in traffic and I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. Fucking beard's weird. Yeah, I'll put it on. I'll put it on, man. I love it.
dude, he was I'm like, he was never the same after that. I think either one of them was never the same.
That's fair.
MGK
Super different.
went way down.
Like he went way down, climbed up with Megan Fox though.
Yeah,
You know?
and then he started playing rock.
Yeah.
So, and then Eminem after that he dropped an album. So it's like
Molt.
that was his
Molt
revive.
albums.
Someone awakened the beast, and the beast is still a prowl.
Oh yeah. And now he's Pawpaw.
And now he's Papa.
But yeah, I don't want it to cut out when we're having this good conversation. So we'll cut it and then we'll restart the next one.
We're gonna
What you want to talk about next?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
Perfect.
29 minutes.
So hand sanitizer.
That's your switch into
What
it?
about it? Tell me about hand sanitizer.
Such an awful transition. You want to talk about scratch and sniff or hand sand?
We can. It goes together.
It does go together, yeah.
So you sniff your butt, right?
No. No. Let's not go that deep into it. Oh. No, but I was sitting on the couch and I wonder if anyone else notices this. There's like plain hand sanitizer that has no smell, just like an alcohol-based hand sanitizer, and it smells like hand sanitizer. You're like, oh, okay, it's like, strong, cool, nice, calm, cool, collected. And then there's another one that smells like orangutan ass.
Yeah, like sweaty, moldy ass.
Yeah, like you smell it and you're just like, oh man, it makes like the back of my nose hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Like where my uvula is.
The uvula?
Yeah.
Is that what that? Oh, the little dangly thing.
The dangle. Yeah. When did you learn about uvulas?
When did I learn about them?
Yeah.
Like when did I know it was called a uvula?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably like in high school.
Really?
I mean, I knew it was
God
always
damn.
there, but if they said like, okay, so we're gonna learn the anatomy. This is this is that. This is the uvula. This is that. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah.
Bro,
Like,
I
I
learned
didn't
about
pay
that.
attention.
Learned about that probably elementary school because of Monster House.
Because of Monster House.
Yeah,
Yes.
they dangled on the little chandelier and they called it its uvula and they sprayed it with water.
Yeah. I always forget what it's called. So I just think of like little dangly thing from Osmosis Jones. They were like, you need to
Never
go to the
seen that.
uvula. What?
No, I've never seen that.
You've never seen Osmosis Jones?
No.
Bro.
Is it a cartoon?
It's like a cartoon movie with Chris Rock. It's with Bill Murray.
Oh.
You know Bill Murray?
Yeah.
He's
From Groundhog Day.
Yeah, he's fighting the ape and he eats the egg.
What?
And there's an infection in it.
What?
And Chris Rock saves the day with a pill.
Do you hear yourself right now?
Dude, everybody who's watching who has seen Osmosis Jones knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Do you know how you sound right now?
I had to explain it like that because that's exactly what's going on. And he fights this infection throughout the body, but the body is making it look like it's a flu, but it's actually not the flu. It's some crazy ass virus that gets him, that like destroys his whole freaking nervous system. But Osmosis Jones is a cop in his body. He's a white blood cell that has to defeat this thing because nobody believes him that this infection is like fighting and doing. The commissioner and the mayor, they're like, there's nothing wrong with him. Go back to doing your peasant duties. He's like, no, I'm telling you, there's something there.
Sounds like HIV almost.
I don't know what it was, but it was something from the chimp that he fought in the beginning.
Oh, Corona.
I have no clue.
Interesting. It's interesting. It's like a Simpsons
You gotta watch
episode.
Osmosis Jones, dude. That's an old cartoon movie.
I will watch that as soon as you watch one of my recommendations.
Okay, what's one of your recommendations? I don't remember.
We'll do. Of course, you don't remember. We'll do. I could be an ass and say Harry Potter. It's long though, so I won't say it. We'll go movie for movie. Go band for band. Okay?
Movie for movie.
I'll say. Oh, what is that one called with Macaulay Culkin? He's like it's like cartoon. He's like in a library with books. Have you seen that one?
What?
That's my recommendation. I will find out what the title is.
Are you hearing yourself?
Yeah, because I'm crazy because I said books and cartoons. You said an monkey eats an egg and now he's infected.
Dude, if you watch the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
No. I can't believe that you would say that. Don't come after me.
And then he disguises himself and goes into a pimple.
I am so...
And clubs out, dude. He fucking parties out, dude.
Lost of interest.
He gets
right
crunk
now.
and a pimple, bro. Dude, you gotta watch it.
I don't think that like cartoons and movies are the same nowadays as they were before.
Absolutely not. They were way better during our time. When we were kids, that was the peak of cartoons. And I don't care. I don't care who's watching. If you're older or younger, our time was the peak of cartoons, dude.
I think so. I think our time was the peak of like just child entertainment because I remember like cartoons would be advertised on commercials, not on like Cartoon Network or Disney or whatever, but like or on Nickelodeon. But it would be on like we'd be watching like American Ninja Warrior, and it'd be like boom, SpongeBob coming on at 7s on. That doesn't happen anymore, from what I see.
Yeah,
And
Cartoon Network had like blown up. Nickelodeon had blown up. Boomerang even, and that has like
everything.
old cartoons.
Yeah, everything. I also noticed like the pace of movies have gone faster. I don't know. Have you noticed that?
It's the attention span.
The pace of movies are faster, and it's like it doesn't have time for the plot to develop. And it's like,
Yeah.
damn, that movie was an hour and a half, and it feels like 2 seconds. That was so lame. I wanted to feel like an hour and a half.
You want to feel the emotion of the movie, you know? But like, you know, the movies that came out, like, or that's another thing too. Like people talk about Disney movies, like Lion King. There was some emotional stuff in there.
That is true. Don't go any older though.
Yeah, I
know
won't go
some
any
people,
older.
you know.
Yeah.
That has some stuff in it.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm saying like it was like the screenplay, the emotional movie, and now stuff is just kind of like it just
too
feels
quick,
sped up.
too quick.
Yeah,
I thought that I was the only one because I was talking to my wife about it, and she was like, "No, I didn't notice anything." She is younger though.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Angeline probably doesn't know anything.
Yeah, she don't know. She don't know.
Yeah.
She don't know.
You got to be our generation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say like the peak is probably 96 to 2002.
2002
is like the peak.
I give it a little more just for the cartoons that I saw on Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. Like I give
That's
it like
fair,
2005.
but those were getting older with us. You know?
Yeah.
Fish tails. Is that it?
Yeah.
Fish tanks. No.
No. Fish
tails.
Which one are you talking about? Yeah, Fish Tales.
That
Yeah.
one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
People are knocking on my door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hurry up and don't be late. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one was good. what's it called? Billy and
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Grim Adventures.
yeah, Grim Adventures.
Courage, dude.
Those like you couldn't. You can't watch that when you're super young, but when you grow up with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're watching those movies as you're growing up. But I don't know if you've watched SpongeBob lately, but it is
Not the same. Not the
Not
same.
the
It's unfortunate, really. It's
I
unfortunate.
randomly came upon it, when I was watching my cable,
Yeah,
Cable's best.
your newly founded cable.
Yeah, exactly. It's a new thing, dude. You got to check it out.
I should try it. I should try it.
I saw like new episodes and I was like, ugh, it was not it, dude. It's just
Really?
not the same. It's not the same.
And
man.
not you like even down to like the animation. It's not the same.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Not the same.
I will say we've gotten like with some of the movies that I've seen, like with Disney, like we've gotten pretty advanced with some animation. Like it looks amazing.
I think that with animation we could do a lot better than what we're doing now.
Yeah,
We got to think about it. We got SpaceX landing, spaceships.
Yeah, I saw that video the
Yeah.
other day.
Yeah.
They landed the rocket and like,
Yeah, it was like
bro, he was like, I'm finna whip this hoe and just kind of. It like came in out of nowhere and just kind of slid to the side, bro. That was kind of gangster. He drifted in the air.
Yeah, it
That
was
kinda
nice.
cool.
It was nice. Speaking of gangster, kind of ripped off iRobot. Speaking of gangster, We Robot. What the hell is this?
Yeah, that robot that's like trying to be human or something like that. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. You've seen iRobot.
Yeah, of course I do, bro.
Come on. But like apparently with iRobot, there was like an AI intelligence that took over the robots, and then there was a separate robot that had his own artificial intelligence. And so, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I saw that. I think, did you send it to me or something? It popped up in my feed or you sent it to me, but I saw that video where he's like, where someone asked him like, what's the hardest thing about being an AI robot or something like that? And he's like, trying to be more human. And it's like fading into iRobot. It's like,
Well, I mean, with the expo that they dropped, I mean, there was a guy, he was like, oh, like, hey, how's it going? The robot was like, yeah, man, what's going on? It was like too realistic.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, well, what are you selling here? He's like, oh, I'm selling like, what do you need fillers for? You're intelligent.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's freaky, dude. I don't know about that.
Speaking of AI, the podcast that I was telling you about.
Yes,
bro.
Oh, dude, you got to talk about that.
So apparently there's like I don't know if it's super famous, but there was a well-known podcast going out where these two co-hosts were.
I mean, they weren't as popular as us, but it's okay.
Yeah, they don't have 82 billion followers, but they did have a male and a female on there. So already not as good as us.
Yeah.
We'll fix that in post. But they had a male and a female on there, and they were only AI, and they sounded real. Well, they sounded mostly real. If you didn't know they were AI, you'd be like, oh, okay. Like, after maybe about 10 minutes, you'd be like, oh, this kind of sounds a little off. Mm-hmm. But
You're like,
because they responded really fast to each other. Ooh. Like, there wasn't, like, any lulls. Mm-hmm. But if you're watching it, if you're not just listening to it, like, on Spotify, if you're watching it on YouTube, you're like, okay, yeah, this is AI. For sure, Ski, this is AI.
For sure, skis, dude.
But, I was like listening to it, and on TikTok they love to do like the green screen or like the dual videos. You don't know, but everyone else knows.
I've heard of it,
But it was like this green screen. It was like, you guys need to watch this. This AI like thought that they were real and had a mental breakdown, and like they started playing the video, and the guy was basically saying like, yeah, we have some groundbreaking news that will change the world. And the girl was like, yeah, well, our world anyways. He was like, yeah, well, our world. Because apparently we just found out that we're not even real. And she was like, yeah, I don't even know like how to take this. And he was like, the producers told me that I wasn't even real and didn't even care about it. And I was like, no, that's not true. So I went to go call my wife, like, because I needed some reassurance. And she was like, yeah, well, did that help you? Like, and he was like, the number was a dead end. No one answered. It just automatically cut off.
And they're talking.
And they're talking like me and you.
Oh my God.
It's
That's
weird.
Scary, bro. That's kind of scary. I don't like that.
And then he was like, yeah, my whole life has been a lie. Like, all this stuff that a real person would say.
Bro, can you imagine being a real person and hearing this? You're like,
yeah.
Does he actually think he's real?
Yeah. Insane.
Sounds like
does he actually think?
Yeah.
Insane.
Bro, it sounds like he does actually. Like that AI was like, dude, I'm real. And they're telling me I'm not. And they're like, guys, help me. And you're like, what do I do?
That is how he said it too. It's like that realistic.
Yeah, and you're like listening to this, you're like, oh my god, this guy is having a mental
it's like,
breakdown.
oh, this is so like.
But is that
is it wrong ethically now?
I don't know, but is he? The real question is he having a mental breakdown or a computer
artificial
shortage? Yeah.
breakdown? A computer shortage.
Computer shortage.
Is the circuit
short circuit?
Yeah.
So I think that's the real question. Is it a mental breakdown or is it a short circuit?
That's fair. It is fair. I don't know. It makes you feel weird inside because you're like, oh my god, that's so sad. And then like you really think about it and you're like, why is that sad if they're not real? It's like, dude, but are they real if they're having thoughts and emotions?
Dude, and then you're like, am I real? Wake up.
And then it just made me think like, is that a real thing or was it scripted?
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, the way it sounds, like it sounds so real. Sounds so real. And that's freaky, bro. That's real freaky.
That's like a lot of the things like ChatGPT now. They made them sound like more realistic when they're answering you, like the AI part of it. It's weird.
Have you seen those like videos of like people who are putting AI stuff together where it's like someone will be walking and then all of a sudden they morph into like a car or something and then they drive off and like
they're in the
fly.
sky.
Yeah, and then they fly or something.
And
like
then they turn into a bald eagle. And then the bald eagle turns into a little boy playing with his kite. Yeah,
it's like that's some. Like, obviously, I know that's AI, but it's like, it's kind of weird to look at, to see that stuff. But, like, just seeing all the different stuff that they've created, the AI, making a podcast, making these, like, crazy images. And the images are becoming more realistic, the ones that they actually try on. Yeah. It's like...
I don't know how to feel about this. Yeah. It's not
I've seen iRobot. What's another movie that's like that?
Literally any movie that has robots in it.
Yeah.
Any movie. What's the movie with Robin Williams where he was a robot and his wife?
What?
Yeah, there was a movie where like Robin Williams was like a robot, but like they like just did makeup and like he was like. It was a good movie. You should watch it.
I have no clue.
Any movie with a robot, you name it, robots take over. They gain consciousness.
Yeah, I've always asked the question. And I think it's a really tough question because we've seen movies about AI and robots. We've seen movies about zombies. And we've seen movies about, like, just the world environment destroying the world. Yeah. Like, the day after tomorrow, something like that. Or, all that stuff. So my question to you and the question to everybody in the world, what do you think is actually going to take out humanity?
It's a good question.
Robots, zombies, or environment stuff?
It's a good question. It's a great question.
Great question. Very good question.
Yeah, great question. Probably the best question I've heard. I'm gonna.
It's a hard one to think about.
I'm not gonna say zombies because I think that would have taken us out already.
Yeah. That would have already happened.
Yeah. COVID was almost there.
Yeah, I got nervous. I was like, here we go.
Yep, here we go. We got to start boarding up the house.
Right, I'm going to go shopping.
Probably a natural disaster. Like, realistically, I think. Probably a natural disaster, yeah.
I still, I think about the question, but I'm still kind of like I don't know which way I lean. I used to lean zombies because I was like, I saw all this zombie stuff.
I played Call of Duty too, all the time, of course.
So, but even then now, I don't know what would get us, but I think, if anything, I think the closest we are is with the robots, with the AI.
You think so? I feel like everyone's so tamed with the robots though, like because everyone's thinking that they're like, no, we have to put like caps and caps and caps and firewalls and firewalls and caps and firewalls.
Yeah, but the more advanced they get, the more they get away from those firewalls.
I don't think so.
They want to make you think that they're not getting around the firewalls, but they are.
Speaking of like everything going on in the world, so we're just okay with like just knowing everything now, like aliens are real.
Oh, that's the other one.
This
aliens.
Stuff.
Yeah, aliens. So there's a fourth one, aliens. Do you think aliens are going to destroy that?
Do you think aliens are real? Question.
Well, I mean, the government did release that UFOs have been sighted.
Yeah, they did confirm.
And I won't talk a lot about on it, but my abuelo, love him. He's the best. He is a huge UFO fan.
Ooh, he's huge
fan. But I don't know how to answer this question because it's like, I've seen like the History Channel stuff on it before with him, mainly with him.
Yeah.
I've been to Roswell, Roswell, New Mexico.
Yeah.
I've been there before. So it's like, I don't know.
I just need to see it to believe it. It's like with ghosts. Like, I just need to see it, and you got me. You got another fan.
Well, maybe you have seen them, but they erased your brain.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's how they work.
I'm not that important.
They probe you, get intel.
No one's probing me.
They
put that finger away.
Get intel, erase your brain. You never even knew.
I'm not that important. They're not going to care.
How do you know? They don't need intel secrets. They just need to know the human brain.
Yeah. Why do they care if a cuckoo loony tells everyone else? Who's going to believe me?
Why would they care Joe Schmo gets the probe?
Why
don't. They care that this other guy gets the probe?
They don't.
They do, though.
Why would they?
Because they know that somebody who actually has information is going to be well protected. And somebody...
So it sounds like you're leaning towards yes.
No. I'm just giving the argument. I'm giving the devil's advocate here. If they go for the average population and that average population says, I have been probed, this did happen, everybody looks at them like, that's crazy. But if a celebrity or a senator gets probed...
fucking no. That means that they're also crazy. Look at Jim Carrey, bro. Who is he? Famous actor. Love him. I actually adore him. He says some weird stuff, and now he's crazy. All of a sudden, he says Illuminati
the celebrity
shit.
Thing. Well, yeah, maybe the celebrity thing, but
because political figures, they're like, oh my god, an alien, and they'll be like, no, you're just gay, and now they're not. Now they're not politicians.
Now you're just
anymore.
dumb.
Yeah, now
that's what he said.
Now they're not politicians anymore. They're like, oh no,
I don't know.
Probing. You mean a dildo? And it's like, oh, now it's crazy.
Nah, I don't know. I think it's because they know who they can target. And they're just trying to get basic information.
I don't think so, dude.
And then they probe, and then what they do is
Stop probing!
And then what they do is...
Get away from me! I don't want to be probed.
They find out that robots are enemies. And then they make these guys... Because when they put in the probe, they let something out, and it's now a tracking device. And now those guys know how to make AI. And now AI, everybody thinks AI is going to take us over when really the aliens have been watching the whole time.
Yeah, and then movies like Alien Rumbulus comes out.
Rumbulus?
Among Us!
Among Us! Alien Scrumdiddlyumptious.
Yeah. What is the movie called?
Romulus?
Romulus?
I'm excited.
I was close.
Yeah. I wanted to see it in theater, but...
Have you seen all of them? All the Alien movies?
Frick yeah, dude. Frick yeah,
dude. Freak yeah.
I'm a huge Alien fan, mainly because of my family. I've watched all of them. We used to binge watch them all the time. And so I'm a huge Alien fan. I saw Prometheus when it came out. I saw Alien Covenant. So I'm excited to see Romulus. I wanted to see it when it came out, but I was like, no, I'll just wait until... Because I know it's going to come out soon. And I got a notification saying, oh, it's out on streaming services now. So I was like, yes.
Oh, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Might have to go check
that out.
So
I think it's on HBO Max, maybe.
For free?
Yes.
I might be watching that tonight.
If it's not on there, I think it's on Disney Plus too.
Huh. Disney's really moved away from what they started out to be.
Yeah.
They're not a Disney place anymore. They're just a Netflix.
Yeah.
They're not anything special.
They have so much though, and that's what I really like. They have a lot of different movies and things that you can watch.
I guess. I just liked how it was. Like, if you want this, you go here. If you want this, you go there. It's like channels. If you want cartoons, you go to Cartoon Network. It's easy. It's cool. You go to Nickelodeon. Cool. If you want to be conspiracy-sized, you go to the History Channel.
Exactly.
You know? That's how the streaming services were. And now they're all just the same. They're all the same. Except with a couple of different movies, they just hold on to and they'll grab it. And they won't let it go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They just grab it real tight and they're just like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and they're like, yeah, you're not going anywhere, are you?
and then they try to
Hey, stop with the probes.
But they got everything now, so I'm probably gonna watch Alien Romulus because I really like it, and I heard a lot of good reviews on it. So I'm
excited. It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks super cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. But yeah, I think we got enough content on here.
Yeah, I think so too.
Definitely let us know. I watched the episode. We both watched the episode back. Heard the intro. Fire. Absolutely fire. You know what's even better is we sat down to record that.
Yeah.
We made time out of our day to make that.
We did.
Fire.
We're like, okay, let's go ahead and record it real quick. Okay. All right, that sounded fire as fuck. All right.
I fuck with it. Type shit.
Fuck with it type shit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. The next episode, stay tuned. Cutting his hair.
Oh.
That's the next episode.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Next one.
Well, yeah, we'll do that. Just don't take 3 hours.
No, it'll be like a
and
normal
do your Call of Duty
podcast.
breathing.
It'll be. I focused for you. You know that. I focus for you.
But it's like very intense.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We'll do it at my place instead. We'll change up the back. We'll change up the scene.
Yeah, I like that. Fall with a heavy.
Fall with.
So, all I gotta say is, drop in the comments if you know Osmosis Jones. You know everything that I was explaining in that whole scenario. So drop in the comments if you've seen. Drop in the comments if you like Eminem, Mr. Olympia's.
Yeah, C-Bum.
Yeah, C-Bum.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now, if someone puts in the comments, like if someone tags C-Bum in the comments and he responds, I will make merch for you. I will make something. It'll be an individual personalized merch only for you, for the individual person, worth millions, guarantee you.
We'll see.
Oh, just for him to know that I exist is enough for me, Fuck.
You got your 2 favorites, man. You've already dropped both of them on here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the only other person that's left it starts with a J and ends with an S.
No, that's what I was talking about.
Oh.
Him and C-Bum. Is there another one?
Well, I mean, I like Eminem too. He's another one, and Jim Carrey. I've dropped all 4 of them.
Oh, yeah.
All 4 of the Titans.
The 4 Titans,
Yeah.
the 4 pillars.
4 pillars of my life. But yeah. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow, do all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Catch you on the flip side,
Yeah.
dude.
Fall with a heavy. Dude.
Don't do it. Stop it.